Ask Dr. P podcast. Last week, I introduced the topic of emotional healing and my own personal journey. The one thing I can say about emotional pain is that it does not happen in a vacuum. Emotional pain can be the result of disappointment or disappointments due to unmet desires or expectations. And depending on how much time, effort, and energy you have invested, the disappointment and pain can be proportional to that investment. Each person is unique, so my story is also unique. I have learned that I ought not to project my own feelings onto another. To provide more context and to help my listeners gain a better understanding, I need to take a slight step back. And I need to also say that even though my story does not necessarily begin in 1995, and there were other incidents that date way back before that, the investment I placed on the venture I will speak about will help create a backdrop for how things unfolded. Back in 1995, my husband and I received a call to move to the United States to begin a ministry. And when I say a call, I am talking about a spiritual unction to move from all that we knew into the land that God was calling us to go to. For those familiar with the story of Abraham and Sarah in the Old Testament, you will see some similarities when you compare my story to that story. One similarity was that we were to leave our home and travel to a distant country. Another similarity was that while we knew where the United States was, we had no idea what specific state and city we would eventually settle. And so, by faith, we sold all our belongings, and in March of 1996, we embarked on this journey of faith. I call it a venture of faith because there were still so many unknowns. And so we traveled to the United States with our 2 young children. We landed in Ohio during the winter month in the city of Oxford, since this is where my brother lived at the time. Then through a series of prophetic words that were spoken to my husband and I, we later moved to Houston, Texas and settled in the Southwest area. When we initially moved to the Southwest, we had no idea where that was, but it was clear this is where God wanted us. And this was confirmed because when we received donations for our 2 first cars, our apartment was furnished. Nandi found a location for the church, and I got my first job. Then in March of 1997, we officially opened the doors at the Salt and Light Church. And for the next 13 years, I devoted all my time, effort, and finances to serve this vision. This was my baby, so to speak. I was a witness as the vision manifested, and we had one of the most robust worship teams this side of the Mississippi. So what happened, and what led to the disappointment and subsequent emotional pain? Please join me next week as I continue to peel the layers.